I realized that one of my best friends, I don't even know his last name. We met in the line at Lowe's one day because we were buying matching pressure washers. And we started talking about PSI and how nice it is to have a clean driveway. Well, before you know it, we're over admiring the fruits of his labor after he washed the driveway and having a beer. Somewhere in between that time, we became really good friends. And then my wife started asking me questions. And I realized I don't know anything about this guy. But yet I knew everything I needed to know. So she started asking me what I think are perfectly logical questions. What's his last name? I don't know. I literally don't know. How many kids does he have? A couple, I'm pretty sure. I thought I heard them in the background. Where's he from? I don't know. He lives over by our old house. These are what I know about him. She thinks I'm harboring a fugitive. I think I just have a guy that I can depend on, like if my water heater blows. Honestly, she just kept pushing. So you don't know anything about this guy. I know his sciatica's acting up because we had to drink a beer standing up in the driveway last week. I know that he's got one of the nicest socket collections I've ever seen, and if I ever need a torque wrench, I know where to go. I feel like I know him. That's all I need to know. Then I realize I think my wife and I define friendship drastically differently. Right? She wants to know where he's from, where he grew up, what his last name is, how many kids does he have, what does his wife do, what's his wife's name. I know I can sit in a driveway with a guy and not really have to talk about much, and it's perfectly acceptable. I know that I don't have to know about all the problems in his life. And I also know that if I were to casually mention that I have to replace a water heater this weekend or run Ethernet cord, he's probably going to say, what time do I need to be there? I don't think I need to know much more than that. I know that sitting in that driveway is kind of an ease of pressure after a long week, and I'm sitting with somebody that doesn't need anything from me. It's that simple. It's just the kind of guy he is, and that's the guy that I am. It makes sense. I don't think we're overly complicated. Maybe that's why these friendships matter. Because I'm standing in the driveway with somebody that doesn't need anything from me. Right? At work, I'm needed all the time. At home, I'm needed all the time. And I understand that. I want to be that because I signed up for that. That's my life I chose. But the simplicity of having a guy friend isn't having to have obligation. It's being able to have a little bit of time without an obligation. Somebody that doesn't need anything from me, and vice versa. That's a friendship. It also allows me to come home and be a better father, be a better husband, go to work the next day with a little bit of reprieve. Because when he says something like, work sucked today, I don't need a long excerpt on why that sucked. I know why it sucked. I get it. And I can say, yeah, it looks like your tread on your tires is getting a little bit low. That's all we need. Then we're off to Les Schwab and we're looking at lift kits. It's great. Just great. And I know my wife still thinks it's ridiculous that I don't know his last name or how many kids he has or, where he grew up. I don't really need to. I think the simple truth of the matter is, I get it. Just like I said, when he said work sucks, I understand. When he said the kids are being pain in the ass, I understand. We don't need anything from each other. And like I said, my wife thinks that I'm harboring a fugitive. I'm not. I'm actually just trying to be a better dad, husband, friend, all the things that I need to be. In that little bit of time, I can be with somebody where I'm not going to be judged. I'm not asked for anything. It's a beautiful thing. And I know who he is because all I need to know is that he's got the nicest socket set I've ever seen. He is going to have a really clean driveway. We have matching pressure washers, and we both enjoy cold beer. That's it. That's a friendship. That's why we have so few of them.